All right, good morning, everybody. I hope all of you are well. Welcome to vlog number 3. We are now 2 weeks and 1 day post-surgery for my DUPUYTREN's contracture surgery. And we're here today just to give you a quick update. We're not going to go through all of the steps, which is taking off the splint, taking off the wrap, cleaning it with saline, and then pausing for a shower and all that. We've done all of those steps currently, and what we're going to do today is talk a little bit about how the hand feels, where we have been from day 1 post suture removal to now at day 3. Talk about the numbness, talk about flexibility of the hand, etc. So let's get into taking a look at the actual hand, the wound itself, and we'll start with that. So here we go. Let me move my hand around like this. So there it is. I mean, not the prettiest sight. Again, warning, warning, warning. Disturbing visual effects here with my hand. So again, you can see pinky, ring finger. These two have sutures and have been cut up pretty significantly because the knots and the tissue aggregation has been not only in the fingers but mainly down here in the palm. Okay, so you can see it's almost looking like a 7. Then you have actual incisions moving up to pull that flap up of the palm, and then those incisions go all the way up through the fingers. And again, that is the most irritating part of the recovery, is that these 2 fingers right here, and again, I'm getting movement now, which is great, so I can get these 3 pretty well. These 2 are starting to release a little bit, but they're completely numb, and it doesn't feel good. But at the same time, that's what you have. So I'm going to stand back a little bit and give you some visibility to the hand. Again, you can get in close, take a look at that. It's pretty nasty. Back. So this is post-saline wash or bath this morning. You do that for 5 minutes. And again, what we do is we take off the glove, take off the gauze pad, and then we have that zero form or exo form, and we take that off. And again, the exo form is a petroleum jelly-based mesh that just protects the wound. It acts as a barrier which peels off easier than if you just had gauze directly on the site of repair. So right now, this is post-wash, shower, soap, cleaning. It's air drying right now. I did today, though, as I was in the shower, scrub off a couple layers of skin from about this part of right from the wrist bone, below the wrist bone up. This was all pretty much dead skin on the back. You can see some of it still in between the knuckles. I didn't want to get too close to the incisions, but I did, from this point downward, I did put a bunch of lotion on my hand because my hands are really dry, and it was just flaking off. It was just almost like dandruff of the hand. But again, day 3 post suture removal, and the most common pain or feeling is the numbness in the pinky and the ring finger on my right hand. The other 3 fingers functioning well. I did have a lot of pain here in this part of the palm and into my thumb. It radiated because all of the tissue was aggregating and pulling on these tendons. But since that is now removed, the thumb, it's amazing how better that feels, and I can function with it. So it was a really demanding quality of life shift when this gets pretty severe and your fingers go from here and they get, curled in like that. That really works on the whole hand, and it's painful. So we've got it taken care of. Like I said, vlog number 3, 3 days post suture removal, and this is where we stand. So it's looking much better. Hand looks clean. Looks like it's healing pretty rapidly. So I'm hoping, I've seen some videos, probably less invasive of a surgery than mine. So they were at 8 weeks and they had complete healing. There was no scars. There were no. It didn't look like anybody had surgery on their hand at 8 weeks. And they were moving their hands just like this, completely open, full flexibility. So I'm hoping 8, 10, 12 weeks, I'll be in that same situation. But currently, right now, I am nowhere near that situation. I do have on tomorrow, 7 a.m., my second appointment for physical therapy. And again, this will really maybe be my first therapy appointment where they start to try to find range of motion for my hand. So I'm not sure. They didn't tell me what this second appointment will go over. But we'll see when we get there. 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. And again, just working through the process of trying to get my hand back to normal so we can grip a golf club, shake a hand, we can open a jar of pickles or whatever it is that we need to open. We can use 2 hands to, when you're getting a shower and you want to dry your back off. You could, a lot of people do that. I do, but I can barely do that because I only have these 2 fingers. Don't want to ruin my hand and, break open an incision or anything like that. So again, quality of life is significantly reduced when you have this disease or this ailment, and then you have to go under the knife and, get this taken care of, especially when this is your dominant hand. So non-dominant, dominant hand. And, you all understand that. And all of you out there may have gone through something traumatic when it comes to a surgical procedure and recovery, and you know what I'm talking about. So I just happen to be in that season right now where I'm taking care of my hand and trying to get through as quickly as possible, but efficiently and safely as possible so I get full range of motion and full function back. So that's what the end goal is. You can see up here, picture, my picture. Obviously, his looks significantly more closed based on the sutures. Compared to mine. Mine's a little bit more wider. But again, here's the reason why. My incision, this is on me, they put a cast on the bottom of your hand down to about here. Then they wrap it all up with gauze, and they put it through your fingers and all that. They want everything to be immobile for 2 weeks. Thinking, wow, I'm going to be well ahead of the game. I was moving my hand a lot and stretching my palm and all of this while in that enclosed half cast and in that wrap. And what has happened during that maneuvering, I think I've pulled a little bit of the sutures apart, and we had a lot of drainage from the wound. So what happened was that drainage in that closed environment caused necrosis of a lot of that top layer skin. So when we pulled this off, he had to cut all that skin away. So if you take a look up here, at this gentleman who has limited, necrosis of the skin because his kept dry. Mine was moist in there because of the drainage of the hand and the wound, and this is the reason why mine looks significantly, I say, unhealed. But and again, that right there, that could be 1 week, 2 weeks, could be 3 weeks with suture still in it, or I don't know. I don't know what that looks like, but it's usually 2 weeks. His hand looks really good. You can see that his did not have in the pinky or the ring finger any incisions all the way up like mine. So his just was from the base of the fingers downward into the palm. So less invasive, I would say. So, I mean, it is what it is. I tried to be aggressive in keeping my hand active, and that's the side effect of it. And I should have asked a little bit more questions before going out on my own and thinking I was knowledgeable, which I was not. So if you ever get a repair like this, just keep your hand immobile, keep your leg immobile, your feet immobile, whatever it is. Do what the doctor tells you to do, no more, no less, and take your antibiotics and your pain meds, and you'll be fine. So, all right, so that's the reason why my hand looks a little bit more raw, so to speak, at this point. I'll have a little bit more of a journey and repair time and recovery versus what you see up here on the screen. So, with that being said, we're done for today, and we'll put another one of these out tomorrow. But recovery, again, a lot of numbness in my ring and pinkies, but everything else feels really great. A lot of itching and a lot of tingling in the palm because of the recovery and the actual healing process. So that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. And again, I hope everybody has a wonderful day in the upcoming holiday season. I wish you and your families the very, very best and a wonderful holiday season. But for now, we'll see you tomorrow.